Provider stress syndrome, the stress of modern-day relationships. There's an epidemic spreading across America and around the world. It's called provider stress syndrome, or PSS, and it is affecting millions of men in their relationships with women. Men who are providers for their families and spouses can become very stressed out if their woman does not appreciate what they do for them. What is it? Provider stress syndrome is a term used to describe the effects of chronic stress placed on a provider by their loved ones. The symptoms associated with this syndrome include an inability to relax, loss of appetite, weight loss/gain, and feelings of hopelessness. How can it be avoided? There are many ways in which you can avoid provider stress syndrome, including taking time off from your job or having someone else help out with your responsibilities, keeping up to date with personal health, eating right and exercising regularly, practicing good self-care habits such as journaling or meditation, developing healthy relationships with other providers who understand what you're going through, and setting boundaries between work life and home life, for example, not answering calls while at home. Symptoms: depression. Many people who suffer from stress syndrome experience symptoms of depression. They may feel sad or anxious for no reason, lose interest in things they normally enjoy, withdraw socially, and have difficulty sleeping or concentrating. Lack of motivation. Someone experiencing this condition might be unable to complete even simple tasks like cleaning the house or cooking dinner. Increased irritability. Because you're feeling so down on yourself and are struggling with daily life responsibilities, it's easy to snap at others when they don't understand why we can't get out of bed today. Causes. Provider stress syndrome is a condition that is caused by the stress of being a provider. It can lead to serious mental health issues, alcohol and substance abuse, and even suicide if left unchecked. How can it be avoided? In order for men to avoid the negative effects of being a provider, they should first appreciate all that they do for their family, as well as make sure their wife appreciates him. Women need to learn to appreciate men who are providing and protecting them in the home. Women also need to go back to valuing femininity instead of masculinity so that they can be feminine and add value to the relationship by showing appreciation towards her man. If she is masculine, this may be a sign she's not right for you if this is the case. If you do get into a relationship with this person, make sure they're appreciative of all that you do and don't let them take advantage of your efforts for too long, or else it will wear down on both parties emotionally and physically until one day there's nothing left between them but resentment and bitterness from both sides. How can you avoid provider stress syndrome? So how do you avoid provider stress syndrome? Be strong and understand the game. Don't be a fool, understand human nature and go where you are celebrated. Always be mentally tough. Provider stress syndrome, PSS, is an epidemic affecting today's generation of males. The modern women are more independent and look down on their men, and when you are not being appreciated or celebrated enough as a man, it can lead into serious symptoms such as suicidal, depression, and substance abuse, etc. Which in fact may be at its root what PSS/provider stress syndrome really means. Provider stress syndrome, PSS, is a real thing and has been proven to be an epidemic affecting today's generation of males. The modern woman is more independent and looks down on her man, and when you are not being appreciated or celebrated enough as a man, it can lead into serious symptoms such as suicidal, depression, and substance abuse, etc. Traditional views of gender roles. In the traditional view, men are the providers and protectors of the family. They provide for their families financially, protect them physically, and cultivate a sense of personal pride in providing their families with shelter, food, and other necessities. Women's roles include nurturing and caring for their children, as well as performing household duties such as cleaning and cooking. Women are also tasked with maintaining emotional support within the home by being understanding when her husband makes mistakes or fails to meet her expectations. This can include forgiving him for any transgressions he might commit against her or others that might cause conflict within the family unit. In this model of gender roles, we see two distinct ideas at play. Firstly, that women are weaker than men. Secondly, that it is men who hold power in relationships because they earn more money than women do, in most cases. These ideas have been prevalent in our society for hundreds of years, and they are still very much at play today. However, there is a growing movement of people who believe that these traditional gender roles should be broken down so that both men and women can have equal opportunities to pursue careers and hobbies that interest them. This movement is known as feminism. It seeks to liberate women from the confines of societal expectations by allowing them to make choices about their lives on their own terms rather than having others make those decisions for them. On a personal note, it is my considered opinion that provider stress syndrome is a serious problem that needs to be addressed. The fact that women are constantly complaining about their men and the fact that most of those same women will leave their partners if they don't get what they want from them makes it clear that there's something going on here. I would like to make it clear, however, that I'm not just blaming women for this situation. Men need to find the right partner too. It's easy for a woman looking for a provider/protector to be thrown off by good looks or charm when she meets someone who looks like he has potential as both but ends up being only one or neither when he shows his true colors once they start dating or even before then in some cases. For example, sexual harassment. Perhaps if we did our homework firsthand before agreeing on anything with anyone else, then we wouldn't have these problems in our relationships today. Finding the right partner. The first step in finding the right partner is to look for someone who will help you become a better person. You need to find a partner who is interdependent and comfortable and trusting with being dependent on you. Your partner should be humble and nurturing, soft but still durable, and willing to follow your lead. Your partner should also be willing to work with you to provide for your family. If they're not interested in supporting your goals, then they aren't right for you, because there are plenty of people who are happy being taken care of by another person's hard work. So men, don't settle. Make sure that whoever you choose is going to work out well as part of a team before making any commitments or promises, because nothing good ever came from rushing into something without thinking it through first. A good relationship takes time and effort, but if it's worth it, then both partners should feel like they've gained something valuable from working together. So think carefully about what kind of life experience would make each person happy before deciding whether or not today was the day everyone finally meets their soulmate. Otherwise, stay single forever, since nothing else matters more than making sure everyone gets exactly what they want most out of life: happiness. Take care of yourself first and foremost. I know. You're trying to find a partner and you want to be in a relationship, but don't lose yourself in the process of trying to find someone who will take care of you and your needs. Being a good leader is being self-sufficient, strong, resilient, and independent. It's okay to ask for help when you need it, but don't depend on others to provide for you, because then they will always feel like they have power over you. Don't rely on others for protection either, because if someone is not willing or able to protect themselves, how can they protect anyone else? This goes back again with the idea that leaders must first be able to protect themselves before they can expect others around them or below them in rank/status/ etc., etc., etc. Be a man, figure it out. Women need to learn how to appreciate men who are providing and protecting them in the home. You must learn how to appreciate the man who is providing and protecting you in the home. He may not be great at it, but he's doing his best. The same goes for your man as well. He needs to learn that you are providing for him and his family, even if it isn't with money or material things. Women need to learn how to provide for themselves, so they don't rely on a man all the time. Men also need to learn how to protect themselves so they can be there when their woman needs them most, because sometimes she might not know what her priorities are until after she's made herself vulnerable again by depending on someone else too much. In conclusion, this has been a brief look at the role of men and women in society, the stresses of modern dating, and how women can better support men. We have a lot to learn from one another, and we need to stop fearing what we don't understand or trying to fit everyone into one box or another. We need to start talking more openly about our struggles, and we need to work together to create a better world for everyone. This has been another video by the Too Much Moxie podcast. If you like what you have seen today, please smash that like button and share this video with as many people as you can. Hit that notification bell, so you know when I'm uploading videos or going live, and thanks for watching. Until then, peace and blessings.